Hey book lovers, welcome to While I Read. I'm Katie Dodrell, and today I'm going to talk about my most anticipated mysteries and thrillers for July and August. We're coming to the middle of summer, and there are some really great books coming out in these next 2 months. I'm excited because this list is a good mix of authors whom I've never read anything by and continuations of series or new books from authors that I already love. So let's get started. I'll be talking about these books in their order of publication, starting with the July books. First on the list is Bad Tourist by Caro Carver, with a publication date of July 9th. I've never read anything by Caro Carver before, but this book sounds great from the synopsis, and it's got a lot of my favorite tropes in it, including a tropical location and a locked room mystery. It's about 3 women in their 40s who go to the Maldives to celebrate a fresh start in their lives. These women are connected by a tragedy that occurred 22 years ago when a student group and their professor were massacred. So we have Kate, who is the one who found the victims of the massacre years ago, and she is celebrating that she's about to start writing a book that she's wanted to write for years. We have Camilla, who lost her brother in the killings 22 years ago, and who is building a business as a wellness influencer. And we have Darcy, who lost the love of her life 22 years ago and is now celebrating her divorce. So they're enjoying the beautiful Maldives and their luxurious accommodations, but then they meet a young woman with an abusive husband, and then a body is discovered on the beach. The women begin to suspect that whatever is happening on this trip has to do with the tragedy in their past. This book sounds compelling and action-packed, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Next on my list is Like Mother, Like Daughter by Kimberly McCreight, also with a publication date of July 9th. Kimberly McCreight is another author who I've never read before. This book is about a college student named Cleo whose mother, Kat, disappears, leaving only a bloody shoe behind. Cleo starts trying to figure out what happened to her mother, who has a somewhat normal, fairly boring life as a wife, mom, and lawyer. But it turns out that Kat actually has a lot of secrets, both from her past as well as from her job, which is not just as a boring patent attorney, as Cleo thinks, but actually as her law firm's fixer. Kat has discovered some things about one of her firm's biggest clients, as well as some threats against her family. The story is told in alternating viewpoints from Cleo and Kat, with Cleo's viewpoints happening now and Kat's viewpoints happening 8 days ago as she starts realizing that something strange is happening. As well as being really exciting, the book apparently explores the complex relationship between mothers and daughters. As the mother of a 5-year-old daughter, I'm definitely looking forward to it. The next book on my list is The Wilds by Sarah Pearse, with a publication date of July 16th. This is the 3rd book in the Detective Elin Warner series, and apparently is going to be the last book of that series. In this book, Elin is on vacation at a national park in Portugal and gets involved in the case of a missing young woman who disappeared in this park. Apparently, this park is very rugged, and there are some mysteries deep within the forest that relate to the young woman's disappearance. This is kind of an interesting series for me because I tried to read the first book in it, The Sanatorium, and I DNF'd. It wasn't that the book was not good. It just was a little too gory and veered a little too much into horror territory for me. Honestly, I didn't DNF this book so much as I just got creeped out by all the gore in it, and I skipped around in it to the end to find out what happened. I did like the character of Detective Elin Warner, and so I did read the second book in the series, The Retreat, and enjoyed it. It was scary, but it didn't creep me out like the sanatorium did. So I'm definitely going to try the wilds to see how this series is wrapped up. I want to find out more about Detective Elin Warner, and I also really like Sarah Pearse's eerie, atmospheric settings and descriptions. So I'm really looking forward to this book. Next on my list is Look in the Mirror by Catherine Steadman with a publication date of July 30th. This book sounds really intriguing to me. It apparently follows two characters. One is Nina, who is a professor in her 30s who seems to have a nice, well-ordered life and is very close to her father. When her father dies, she learns to her surprise that she has inherited a house in the British Virgin Islands. She goes to see this house and finds a luxurious beachfront mansion that she has no idea how her father could have afforded. It's apparently called Anderson's Opening, which is a chess move that her father taught her years ago. The other character we're following is Maria, who is a nanny who works for very wealthy families. Maria shows up to work for her latest family at their isolated mansion, but when she gets there, no one is there. Apparently, the family has left her some kind of note that it's fine for her to stay in the house waiting for them, that she should make herself at home, she's welcome to take advantage of the amenities in the house, but she's not allowed to go in the basement. I'm thinking she's going to go in the basement. So the book follows these seemingly unrelated female characters, and we find out that there actually are some things tying these women together. From what I've read, the book focuses a lot on escape rooms and games, which Catherine Steadman seems to be interested in, as another book that I read by her, The Family Game, focuses on a rich family that has some very sinister games that they play. I love the mysterious, isolated mansion plotline, so I can't wait to pick this book up. Next on my list is Your Dark Secrets by Elle with a publication date of July 30th. Elle is a new author to me, and I can't wait to pick this book up. It sounds really exciting. It's marketed as a romantic thriller, and reading off my laptop from the synopsis, it says it blends globe-trotting adventure, suspenseful thriller, and rivals to lovers romance. Definitely sounds like something I'll enjoy. So it's about a woman named Addison who works for a public relations company for the rich and famous. One of Addison's clients dies, and she has to work with a private detective named Connor to figure out what happened. It turns out that Addison and Connor have a history. They dated, and Addison somehow betrayed him in some way that ruined his career, forced him into early retirement. So he's trying to salvage his reputation and career. Neither of them want to work together, but they have to. And they end up discovering a dangerous conspiracy involving some very powerful people. According to the synopsis, they travel from the Vegas Strip to the beaches of Monaco. And the book just sounds really exciting and fun. Next on my list is the book that I'm most excited about. It's called The Trap by Ava Glass, and it has a publication date of August 1st. This is the third book in the Emma Makepeace series of books. Actually, I think it's called the Alias Emma series. These books are about a British secret agent named Emma Makepeace, and they are absolutely edge of your seat, suspenseful thrillers that you just cannot put down. In this book, Emma and her team are in Edinburgh for the G7 summit to try to prevent Russian agents from assassinating a world leader. The synopsis says that in order to try to find out who the Russians are trying to assassinate and prevent it, Emma must set a trap using herself as bait. From early reviews I've seen on Goodreads, this book is just as action-packed as the first two, and also gives us a little more insight into Emma's personality and vulnerability as she goes deeper into her role as a spy. Can you tell I'm just so excited about this book? The first two books are absolutely edge of your seat, action-packed thrillers that you can't put down, and I'm so excited for this third book. As I said, it's being published on August 1st. My daughter Sarah starts kindergarten on August 2nd, and I don't have to start school until a little later. So can you guess what I'm going to be doing on Sarah's first day of school? The last book I'll talk about is Society of Lies by Laura Ling Brown, with a publication date of August 13th. This book is about a woman named Maya who's returning to Princeton a decade after she graduated for a college reunion. She's also excited about attending the graduation of her sister Naomi while she's there. But when Maya arrives, she finds that her sister has died. The police are ruling the death an accident, but Maya starts investigating what happened and finds out that Naomi had a lot of secrets, possibly something that led to her murder. For one thing, Naomi was a member of an exclusive organization on campus called the Sterling Club, which Maya was also a member of at Princeton. But Maya suspects that Naomi was also part of a secret society within the Sterling Club. In addition to finding out secrets about her sister, Maya also has to face secrets from her own past, secrets that may have contributed to Naomi's death. I love a campus thriller, and this sounds like a deliciously twisty book. I've never read anything by this author before, so I'm really excited to pick this book up. So there you have it. 7 thrillers I'm excited to read in the next couple of months. Do any of these sound good to you? Comment which book you're most excited to read, and I'll also tell you which one I'm most excited about in the comments. As always, if you like this video and want more book recommendations and reviews, please subscribe to my channel. Now, go fix supper while I read.